Welcome to Bizemag.com and the Global HR Virtual Summit 2022. Our guest or a speaker today is Ms. Anshula Verma from Ernst&Young Private India Limited. Welcome, Anshula, to our show today, and thank you for giving us time for the topic AI in HR for talent, analytics, and acquisition.
Thank you, Dr. Vanita. Glad to be here.
Anshula is Director and Recruitment Leader for India Talent Team for Ernst&Young Services Private Limited. And her forte is artificial intelligence in HR. So Anshula, I will start with my first question to you. What is, we are hearing so much of automation in HR. Is artificial intelligence using in HR unavoidable?
Well, let me first start by clarifying that AI may not be, or automation may not be my forte, as you said in my introduction, but it is something that I'm very passionate about, and something that I have been both forced and also deliberately, through my passion. I have worked immensely in the last 2 to 3 years, which I would say is true for most of the HR professionals these days, whether you like it or not. And that brings me to your question: is AI unavoidable? The long and short of answer for this is no. It is not unavoidable at all. And technology, if you see, Dr. Anita, must have been a scary term, and I can relate back, ago or 40 years ago. For our parents to our generation, technology is not something which comes in easy to us, right? But look at us today. Look at our parents today. The way they navigate through the smartphones, the way they navigate through smart systems, the social media, the maps, Google Maps, all of those things. It's a part of their day-to-day life, and without even our realizing, technology has become such an intrinsic part of our work, personal, day-to-day life, that we can't even separate ourselves today, from being tech savvy. And all of us are today, right? From people who are educated, not so educated, everybody is just seamlessly moving across various technologies which are available to us. So I would say it's not even unavoidable, and it should not be also. We should embrace it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what do we mean by when we say that artificial intelligence in HR is being used? Many people are scared of going to interviews.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Artificial intelligence in recruiting has taken a leap of faith from the time when I started my career about 20 years ago. I think we were conventional. We used to do paper screening like anyone else. The CVs used to come in a hard copy format, and we will go through each and every CV, and there's immense amount of work and time and effort that'll go in it. And today you have bots and artificial intelligence driven bots, who are doing the keyword searches in the CVs, and thousands of CVs that we receive today with the magnitude of work we do are just scanned in with the click of a finger. It is done in minutes, and then
right.
Sorry.
Yeah. Please carry on.
So that's on the sourcing and on the CV screening side. Sourcing today, something called crowdsourcing. You'll not believe, Dr. Vanita, when I heard about crowdsourcing, I think about 4 to 5 years ago, I couldn't make a difference between referrals and crowdsourcing, because I thought that's what you do with the employee referrals also. But look at crowdsourcing today. We are using social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, you name a platform, and and we are using it for just popularizing our jobs, and that is crowdsourcing. The people are just coming together to sort of share the talent that they know and And it's a favor that they're doing to the person who they're referring, and also to the people who are hiring, or the corporates like us who are hiring. So that's an immense, I would say, game changer, a big game changer for corporate. You have so many smart tools available for assessments today, for video interviewing today. So if you look at, the calling that traditionally, if you remember, the recruiters will sit and make calls, so if you're shortlisted about 50 candidates and you are doing a drive, you will just sit and make, those calls, those 50 people you will call, somebody will pick up your call, somebody will not pick up your call. Today, you put all of that data in the smart tool, and the tool will be pre-fed with the questions, and the tool will actually in a human voice. So it is so interactive and it's so human-like that there is very less room for people to feel that they're talking to a bot and not to a real human being. I mean, it's, what will you call it? It's all the technology and the tremendous amount of, I think, acceptance that we as humans have had, and the value that we've seen in embracing it.
Right. And that must be very interesting also. It saves a lots of workload, and also it increases efficiency, I guess.
Absolutely, it does. It does. A lot of these operational tactical tasks, are over a period of time, they become non-value adding, because see, when I'm a new recruiter, I would really feel good about, talking to multiple people, getting more information. But over a period of time, when it becomes repetitive, then I think you feel your learning is going down. And that's when these tools come in really, really handy. But having said that, there's one thing, Dr. Vinita, I would still want to say, as much as I would advocate, and people like me in the corporate or in the HR fraternity will advocate having technology coming to our aid big time in, from the operations standpoint, from the human resources, being the support function to the client facing people. From that standpoint, we can't deny the perils of it. And I don't want to be all praises for technology, as much as I would say that, it has made our life easier. There are definitely, the demerits or the disadvantages of technology also. So one has to be very careful in terms of, what are you outsourcing to technology? What is it that you need to give a human touch to? So I think that is really important.
And what are the latest trends that are going in these tools currently, in view of all things going online, COVID times? What are the current trends or upcoming trends?
Well, a lot of them actually. If you understand artificial intelligence per se, by definition, I just want to read out something which I wrote for myself. So artificial intelligence is actually a field that involves enabling computers to behave like humans or perform tasks that usually requires human intelligence. That's what artificial intelligence is by definition. Now, all the tools based on AI, they are by and large categorized into three technologies or three subsections of AI. It's artificial narrow intelligence, which is ANI, which is about solving problems with a narrow range of capability, which means that you give the command to the machine and the machine will respond to that command. And that's Siri, for example, is one example, or Alexa is one example of this sort of technology. The second category of AI is artificial general intelligence, which is AGI. Now that is a strong AI. It refers to a machine that is capable, as efficient and as smart or as intelligent as human. A lot of these, healthcare organizations are using this technology to provide the healthcare solutions to the common people. Now, the third one is the artificial superintelligence, which is ASI. Now, that's about machines that can do beyond what humans are capable of. For example, smart home devices. Now, you're at your office, or you're on your way from your office to home, and you command, you just manage the entire home network, be it switching on the ACs or switching on the oven from wherever you are, keeping your house warm. So when you come back, and their smart lock system, you want to know if you have a young infant at home and there is a nanny that who's managing. You can actually do the live, see the live feed every time. So all of these things, are a part of or enabled by AI. Now, these are the trends. Now, look at
Mhm.
the young parents. And I remember my days, Dr. Vineeta. I'm a mother of two, and my children are grown up now. But 20 years ago, when I was a young mother, my children were actually toddlers and they were infants. We didn't have these smart systems. We had a very
True.
rudimentary system. I had a house help, a nanny who used to take care of both of them. But there was no way for me. The only time that I can actually check on them is just call. You can call and check what's happening. They've eaten, not eaten. But today you can do much more than with technology. Now look at Google Maps. How many times do you remember, stopping on your way from one city to another and asking multiple people to say, which way should I go, what right turn, left turn, and then you will, lose your banking, for example. I mean, I remember I started online banking and I was very scared, honestly speaking, because it's just, you just don't know, your money can go away anywhere else. I mean, it's like, you're not you're not a banker yourself. You don't know how these things work. Banking is all now today, right from ATMs to your online banking. Everything is running on AI or technology. Social media, voice recognition tools. Your phone today opens with biometric, or the
Yeah.
voice. All these are miraculous technology interventions. Shopping recommendations. Today you go and try to shop on some website, and tomorrow you will see a lot of recommendations just of that product. Now, how would different websites and different brands know that you were looking for a product like that? So there's somebody, who's capturing that sort of patterns and trends for us as an individual, and that's making a difference, or not. Maybe, as I said, there are perils of everything, but yeah,
Yeah,
mostly
sometimes scary also, because
sometimes
you feel
scary.
somebody is keeping a constant watch on what you are typing on your mobile, because
Totally.
everything is going as your personal data.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. It's a choice that one makes.
Yeah.
uh, Sort of, and there are a lot of illicit slides, their websites also, which where one needs to be careful about, not visiting them, not exploring them unnecessarily. So yeah.
Yeah. So coming to data analytics, how would you say that artificial intelligence is helpful in data analytics, and what are the latest trends in data analytics
So
or
I
in
would,
management, people management, if we say?
yeah, I think both you and I spoke very less about the HR interventions, or automation interventions in HR. So I would love to talk a little bit about that, because that transformation both you and I have been a part of, and the whole world has been a part of in HR, and usually support systems are seen to be adapting and embracing technology in the last. The first
Mm.
technology changes comes to where the revenue lies, where the real meat lies, who's putting the bread on the table. So I think it's very heartening to see how HR has changed, with the whole automation that has come into play. uh, but I would still like to start with something which I read some time ago, which said progressive data and analytics leaders, by the way, are shifting the conversations away from tools and technologies, and toward decision making as a business competency. Now, this evolution will take time to achieve, of course, but it's not very far. Now, having said this, we cannot imagine our life without automation in today's world, be it HR or any other field. There are quite a few trends, I would say, in data analytics that have and are emerging. So, for example, robotics. Now, robotics RPA, which is robotics process automation, has proved its value to businesses during the pandemic by helping healthcare facilities, addressing staff shortages. And bot automation has enabled super fast delivery of manual and recurring tasks and stuff like that. Now, if we look at some of the game changing trends in the human resources side of the world, the ones that stand out absolutely clearly is, evaluating job candidates on potential.
Mhm.
Very objective tools available today, psychometric tools available today to evaluate the candidates on pure potential without any bias. Now, the other thing is improving virtual recruiting events, results, and analyzing those results. Now, you do whole virtual recruiting events, but when the data is collated, there's huge data that comes from those virtual events. Now, what do you do with that data? How do you quickly, very smartly, sharply put that data into slices and do a slicing, dicing of that data, and then you kind of reach the inference and use it the way you want? How do you reduce biased language in from your job descriptions, from your employee value proposition that you bring across to your candidates, from your selection process for that matter? How do you improve the new employee experience? How do you retain high performers and study the renege rates, the renege trends today, which is much, much higher as compared to any times that at least I have witnessed in my corporate life? How do you achieve more equitable compensation structure, the pay parity for people? How do you listen to employees? What are some of the things? So all the surveys that you do and the analysis of that survey for you to actually bring more meaningful solutions to your employees, that is something which is very, very sharply done today through technology. Performance reviews you do, they've become simpler and and very, very I would say robust. Onboarding bots, you have a lot of gamified versions of onboarding bots, which is making it very, very interesting for us as recruiters to engage with the candidates who are waiting to join us. Imagine, I mean, earlier it was just so difficult. You conduct pre and post training analysis through using these technology tools. You automate payroll system today. You manage end-to-end recruiting cycle, the video CVs, the video interviews, automated self-paced pre-recorded interviews, smart scheduling tools we have objective assessment tools, all of that. I mean, my list can go on and on, but these are some of the things that I have personally witnessed, and they're amazing. They're just different world altogether.
Great. Even I am hearing of some of them for the first time, and it's really eye-opening. So my last question would be, Anshula, for business students who want to come into the career of HR and particularly into talent acquisition. So is this AI, what we call in the tools which are being used in HR, is there any training to use them as a user, or do you need some artificial intelligence separate course to be able to use them? See, what is your guidance to these such students, management students?
I would say a bit of both, Dr. Vanita. One is, if you are really passionate about knowing more, then you may want to go, and unlike our world, I think today you have a lot of courses available who are on data analytics and business analytics and specialization, even for the HR people. So if you're very, very passionate about knowing the deeper, 3 layers, 4 layers down, and not just the implementation of these tools, then I'm sure one should or would like to do an academic knowledge also one would like to gain. But in terms of just using these tools, which are available in the market, which we implement in our corporate world, I think they're very user-friendly. They're as user-friendly as you are downloading a brand new app in your health app today. Now, nobody comes and gives you training on any of the apps that we keep downloading, right? We just learn on our own. Right. So, and these tools are very, very simple. In that sense, they are quite simple, and the more you use, the more you obviously familiarize yourself and you become better with them. But I don't think you need any specific technical training to be using them as a user, not as a developer.
Thank you so much, Anshula, for being here and shedding light on what is actually meant by artificial intelligence in HR space. And so many examples you have given which are being used nowadays in talent acquisition, people management, data analytics in our company in different ways. Thank you so much again. It was our pleasure
Thanks a
to
lot.
have you here.